let you know all of them tears gon' come and go. Baby, just gotta make up your mind that every little thing's gonna be alright.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be ranking my Nickelodeon Land, or my Nickelodeon Land rides, the Nickelodeon Land rides at Blackpool Pleasure Beach from the best to worst. I have done this with the roller coasters, I did it last week with the flat rides, so I am finishing off the kind of series, trilogy, whatever you want to call it, by ranking the Nickelodeon Land rides. If you're new here, hi, my name is Zoe, welcome to my channel. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of me. You probably don't, but if you do, then the subscribe button is down there. Okay, let's get straight into it. So I think this is probably going to be so obvious, but my favourite I was about to say flat ride then. My favourite ride in Nickelodeon Land is, of course, Nickelodeon Streak. I love Nickelodeon Streak so much. I think it's my second favourite wooden coaster out of all of the rides in Pleasure Beach. Out of all of the wooden coasters, that is definitely my second favourite after Big Dipper. I think it's great. I think it's such an old classic. I think they've done a really good job with keeping it going. I love the colour scheme. I love the fact that when that area was rethemed to Nickelodeon Streak, they kept it, they managed to theme it to Nickelodeon Land. They didn't just scrap it or get rid of it or anything like that. They've kept it there. It's in such a really good place, if you get what I mean. It kind of you see that and then you're like, yes, that's Nickelodeon Land, if you get what I mean, because it's so bright and vibrant, and you notice that it's there. And yeah, it's just such a good coaster. It's not rough, it's not as jolty as some of the other wooden coasters on the park. It's a great family coaster, and it's also a really great coaster to start off on as well. That was one of my first wooden coasters, and I'm so glad that it was, because that kind of made me want to go on Big Dipper and then Grand National and stuff, and it kind of helped me get over my fear of roller coasters and everything. And yeah, it's such a good coaster, really smooth, not jolty. It can be kind of rough in places, but definitely not as rough as say Grand National or anything. You get some good airtime bits on it. It's not packed full of airtime, but you do get some good airtime moments on it, and it's just an overall fun, family friendly coaster, and I like it. So that is my favourite ride in Nickelodeon Land. In at second place is Avatar Airbender. I love Avatar Airbender so freaking much, and I really regret not riding it kind of when I first started to visit Pleasure Beach, because I've always kind of been scared of those sort of rides, so I've never really wanted to give Avatar Airbender a go. And I also went on a smaller version at Adventure Island once, and I hated it. Have no idea why, because now I love them, but yeah, the first time I went on it I hated it. So and Avatar Airbender is a lot bigger than the one at Adventure Island, so I was like, no thank you, not for me. And then one day, I can't remember when I started to ride this ride. Was it 2018 or 2019? I can't remember. It really hasn't been that long. And my dad and my brother dragged me on Avatar Airbender, so I didn't really have a choice, so they dragged me on there, and I just loved it. I thought it was great. I was like, well, why was I scared of the one at Adventure Island, which is literally tiny? I'm not scared of it anymore, but it's literally tiny. But I loved Avatar Airbender, so yeah, I don't know, it was really weird, but yeah, I do love Avatar Airbender. I feel like not a lot of people like it. It's a very, you either love it or you hate it, but honestly I love it so much. I think it's great. It doesn't make me dizzy, which is quite surprising, but it doesn't make me dizzy. It's not rough or anything, obviously. And yeah, I don't really know how to describe it. I find it so hard to describe flat rides. But all you need to know is that Avatar Airbender is a great ride. If you've never done it, then please give it a go. In third place, now I really had to battle with myself on this one, and I really had to think about it, because in third place is Dora's World Voyage, and if you know me, you'll know that I love Dora's World Voyage like so much, and I didn't know whether to put Dora in second place or keep her in third place, but I think if I had the choice, I think I definitely would go on Avatar Airbender instead of Dora's World Voyage. But nonetheless, in third place is Dora's World Voyage. I love that ride so much. It's such a cute, well themed, pretty, slow, relaxing family kids ride. And I just love it so much. Like, I love the song. The song is so catchy, it's actually a joke, but I love it. I love how it's educational, you know? You go on that ride and you learn something new. You learn how to speak in a different language, which, you know, could come in handy one day. So, yeah, I don't know. I love Dora's World Voyage so much. I love the boats. The boats are so freaking cute. The water is always so clean and it looks so fresh every single time I go on it. I feel like every single time I go on Dora's World Voyage, I always spot something that I've never really seen before, and there's just, I have so many good memories of that ride. But yeah, nonetheless, I love it so much, and I'm definitely getting back on that ride as soon as Pleasure Beach reopens. I'm like literally, like, forget Big One and Icon, I'm literally going straight over to Dora's World Voyage. I'm joking, obviously I'm not going to do that, but if I'm on my own or not, whatever, I kind of don't care at this point. I just really want to get back on Dora's World Voyage. In fourth place is Blue Flyer, of course. I love Blue Flyer so much. It's a great kids kind of coaster. I don't really say it's a family coaster, I'd say it's more of a kids coaster. It's just a tiny little wooden coaster with 3 drops, and then you go into a tunnel, come back out again, and you're pretty much done. It's over really quickly, and I don't find it as good as like Nickelodeon Streak and whatever, but I mean, that's to be expected. Like, it's meant to be a kids coaster. Like, it's not meant to be like, it's not meant to have super steep drops, it's not meant to be really thrilling. But to be, like, sometimes I will just be in the mood to go on Blue Flyer, and I'll have this like sudden urge to go on it, and I'll be like, yes, let's go on Blue Flyer. And then other times I will not be bothered at all. But I think Blue Flyer will always hold a very special place in my heart, because that was my first wooden coaster, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first went on it I actually hated it, and I was like, no, I don't like wooden coasters. If I hate a little tiny wooden coaster like that, I'm definitely gonna hate the bigger ones. So I was like, no, wooden coasters aren't for me, I'll just stick to, you know, the big one and whatever. And then I went on it again. I think it was, I think the first time I went on it was like 2014. It was like not closing weekend. It was like in October or something. It was like really late into the season, and I went on it. I hated it, and then I think we went on it on opening weekend in 2015, and then I just loved it, and I was like, okay, that isn't actually that bad. And then that kind of started me off. It kind of made me want to go on the other wooden coasters, so I kind of started from there, and I just kind of built my way up. So yeah, I don't know, it just always holds that special place in my heart. I have great memories of it. I think it's a great kids coaster. It's a good coaster to start off on, and it can be so much fun. If you go on it with like a group of friends or whatever, then it can be such a laugh, and it can be so funny, and yeah, it can be great. The next ride on my list is Diego's, I don't want to get this wrong, Diego's Rainforest Rescue. I think this ride is so great, and I think every time I go on it I always forget how much I actually love that ride. On like closing weekends and opening weekends and stuff, I tend to have like Nickelodeon Land, like a Nickelodeon Land sesh. Like, we just, whoever I'm with, they kind of want to go on all the Nickelodeon Land rides, and I'm just like, okay, like I just go with it, like I just go with the flow, do whatever. And me and Kaya went on it on closing weekend, I think it was, in 2018, and that was probably the best ride I've ever had on it. Like, it was so great. We weren't spinning too fast, we got great views. It was kind of near night time as well, so the park just looked so pretty. It was walk on, so we didn't have to like queue up for it or anything. And yeah, just like overall the ride is just so great. It's kind of like the teacups where you can like spin yourself, but you're like going up, but you're not going up too high, so it's quite nice. Like, if you're afraid of heights, then that isn't a bad ride to kind of go on, because you're not up too high, but when you're up there it kind of does feel like you are quite high. So I guess that's kind of a nice way to not really get over a fear of heights, but it definitely will help. And yeah, like you can spin as much as you want, you can spin as little as you want, you can just have fun with it. You can just sit there, take in the views of the park, and yeah, I don't know, again, it's just a really cute ride. I really like it. I love the colour scheme. And yeah, it's just a really nice family ride. The next one is Krusty Krab Order Up, and I don't go on this too often, but when I do actually really like it. I feel like that's kind of my like little guilty pleasure. Like, I don't know, I always try and persuade, like if I'm with someone that isn't like my dad or my brother or whatever, because I know for a fact that they just won't come on it. If I'm with like my friends or something, I will always try and persuade them to come on Krusty Krab Order Up, and most of the time it works. But yeah, honestly, like it's such a good ride. It's great for little kids. It's a great first like drop tower to start off on, and then you can just like work your way up. And the last time I went on it was opening weekend this year. I was with like a group of enthusiasts, and we all had a takeover on the Krusty Krab, and it was so funny. Like, I loved it so much. When we got to the top, we shouted out, oh my god, what did we shout? We shouted something, I can't remember what it was. It was like best ride ever or something like that, and we went on it like 2 times in a row, I think, without having to leave our seat, and that like memory will always stick with me because that was just so funny. And I think that is like definitely the best ride I've ever had on Krusty Krab Order Up. It's just so funny. If you go on it with a group of friends, you can have such a laugh with it, and yeah, it's just, oh, it's so great. In 7th place we have, I don't want to get this wrong either, Backyardigans, I think that's how you say it, Backyardigans Pirate Treasure. And this is the pirate ride that you just like, they're these boats and then you kind of just like go around in a circle, and I think this ride is so great. I went on it on opening weekend again this year, and I had a really good time on it. Like, I won't lie, it wasn't bad. Like, it really wasn't bad. And yeah, I don't know, it's just like a nice enjoyable ride. You do get a little bit of airtime, which is quite surprising for a little kiddie ride like that. And this one always goes backwards as well, so I like the fact that this one goes backwards. And I feel like there isn't many kind of flat rides in the UK like that will go backwards. So I think when a ride does actually go backwards, it's quite nice, and it's like, it feels quite special. So yeah, it's, I don't know, it's just a really fun ride. I love the backwards bit. You kind of like on a ramp, and it has these like hills, if you get what I mean. So that is where you kind of get the airtime from. The next ride is Bikini Bottom Bus Tour, and honestly, I haven't ridden this ride since, I want to say like 2016, possibly before that. I really can't remember. I haven't been on this ride in ages, and I low-key want to go on it again. Like, this is really making me just want to go around Nickelodeon Land and just go on like every single ride. So if anyone wants to do that with me, then like hit me up, because I don't really have many mates anyway. So if you want to do that with me, then let me know and we'll do it. But yeah, Bikini Bottom Bus Tour, I do think it is a really good ride. It's just, you know, your bog standard, like, I don't even know what that ride is called, like, if you get what I mean, like, you know, that ride type, I don't know what it kind of is called, don't really know much about it. Basically, it's just like a magic carpet type ride, but you're in a bus. And to be honest, when I first went on this, like, it made my stomach go so weird. Like, it really tickled my stomach, and I used to enjoy it so much. But I think, you know, obviously as I have grown older and as I have started to become more confident with like bigger rides and stuff, I just haven't been on it. I feel like there's not really much I can say about this ride. You're just gonna have to go and try it for yourself. But for little kids, like, it's great. Again, you can go on it with your mates and have a laugh. In at number 9 we have the Fairy World Taxi Spin, and again, honestly haven't been on this ride I want to say since like 2014. I honestly think I've been on this ride like once or twice. I just don't go on it anymore. Like I'd rather spend my time going on the other rides in Nickelodeon Land rather than this one. It just doesn't really do anything for me. Like, I thought it was fun the first time I went on it because I was young, I was scared of like the bigger rides and stuff, so that was okay for me, you know. It wasn't like too scary and like I enjoyed it. But obviously now, like, it's just I'd rather go on the big one or Icon, you know what I mean? Or like even Nickelodeon Streak. Yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't do anything for me anymore. I do think it is a really cute ride, and I think I've said this about all of the rides, but I do really love the colour scheme, especially on this one because it is so bright and it's so vibrant and it's so girly. And yeah, I think it's great and it looks so super cute. And I think, if I can remember rightly, that was probably like the first ride I ever did in Nickelodeon Land, I think. So it kind of does have that kind of special meaning to it, but you know, I don't go on it that often. So again, can't really say much about it, but you basically just get in this like car taxi, and I think you have to like press a button, don't you? You have to press a button or something like that, and then it will like take you up, and it is quite fun, to be honest. I think from what I can remember, it's quite fun, like going up and then letting it drop down and then going back up again. Like, it kind of feels like you're getting a bit of airtime, but like you're not. But yeah, that's quite fun, and like you get kind of nice views around Nickelodeon Land. The next one is Rugrats Lost River. Again, I haven't ridden this in years. It's kind of like with Valhalla, like I just don't go on it because I don't want to get wet, and the same applies to Rugrats Lost River. You can get absolutely soaked on this ride, and that is the main reason that I don't go on it. I have been on it before and have been on it a few times, but every single time I've come off and I've been absolutely soaked, but it's been a nice hot day, so it hasn't really bothered me that much. But yeah, like it's nice to look at and it's quite kind of pleasing to look at, like, if that makes sense. But I just don't really go on it that often, and yeah, it's just because you get so wet on it, and I don't fancy getting wet when I'm at a theme park. Unless it's raining, then I mean, you might as well just go and get a bit more of a soak in. But yeah, it just, I don't know, again, doesn't really do anything for me. Although I do love the layout of this log flume. But yeah, like, it's just a fun ride. It's just a log flume, you know, it's just your standard log flume. So yeah, I like it, but I don't go on it that often. In second to last place, we have SpongeBob's Splash Bash, and again, haven't been on this in absolutely ages. You don't get absolutely soaked on this ride, from what I can remember. Like, you don't get soaked, but you can get a little bit wet. And I think every single time that I've wanted to go on it, it's been closed, I'm pretty sure, from what I can remember. So I haven't really had a chance to ride it, but yeah, like, it is such a great ride. It is really cute, it can be really fun. You basically just like sit in these like little pods, and then it's kind of like Battle Galleons at Alton Towers, even though I've never been on Battle Galleons, but it is kind of like that, where you've got these like guns and you can like shoot at other people, and like your aim is to like get other people wet, basically, without that coming across too wrong. So yeah, like, it can be quite fun, and it can get quite competitive and stuff, but I just find it quite boring because you don't get a super long cycle and it does go quite slow. And like, it is quite fun trying to aim for other people, but at the same time it can be quite boring because, like I just said, it is quite slow. It's not like going super fast, you don't get a really long cycle, and it, again, like, it's just over quite quickly. And the last ride on my list is Wonder Pet's Big Circus Bounce. Again, haven't ridden this since, like, I want to say 2014, 2015 maybe, probably 2014 to be fair. So again, not really much I can say about it, but yeah, I'd probably say that's the smallest ride in Nickelodeon Land, and I just don't go on it. And yeah, I don't know, it just, because it's like the smallest ride, I feel a little bit embarrassed to go on it, especially if I'm by myself, because whenever I'm like with my mates, like they don't really want to come on it either, so like I don't really want to go on it by myself. And to be fair, like I don't want to waste my time going on it anyways when I have like other rides that I actually love to go on. So yeah, but I mean, it can be really fun if you even fit in the seat, because I don't even know if I'd like fit in there anymore because it is so small. So don't even know if I could fit on there anymore. But yeah, like when I went on it last time, all those years ago, like it was really fun. Again, it made my stomach like tickle a little bit. You just like bounce up and down basically, like it's nothing special, it's nothing spectacular. But again, really good ride for the kids. It's a really nice ride to start off on. So those were my Nickelodeon Land rides ranked from best to worst. So please remember that this is just my opinion, this is just what I think, this is just what I like. We all have different opinions, so please do just like bear that in mind and don't like slate me in the comments and whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you guys next time for a brand new video. Bye. 'Cause ain't nobody like me. Ain't nobody like